Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to try these new products out. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to be trying out the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation that they just launched. And I'm also going to be trying out the new Gloss Bomb creams that they also just launched. So I'm so excited to try these out and see what the hype is about. So I'm going to take this off and I'm going to show you guys my first impression, what it actually looks like, and I'm going to let you guys know if it's worth the hype and if you guys actually need to go and get this. So let's get into the video, but before we do that, please guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. So I'm going to remove some of my makeup that I was already wearing earlier because we need to start with a fresh face so we can get the full reaction. I'm using my Neutrogena makeup wipes. I don't really use this to take off my makeup. I actually just use this on clients, but I like these for like a quick take off, you know, because who has time right now to go wash my face, and that's doing too much. I'm going to take off everything from underneath my eyes and like my forehead, but I'm going to keep my brows on and my eyelashes on, and then we're going to get started. And I'm going to give my skin a few minutes to calm down because it kind of starts to get a little red when I use makeup wipes. So be back in a second. Okay, so I took everything off from underneath my eyes and my forehead. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a moisturizer. I want to make sure I prep my skin properly so I get the real results of how I'm actually going to wear my makeup. So I'm going to wear my moisturizer. This is the Clinique Moisture Surge. I have to be careful around my brows because I don't want to wipe them off. Because listen, it takes a while to do brows and I don't want to have to just redo it again. Okay, so that's my moisturizer. Now I'm going to go into the primer. I'm going to be using the Smashbox Vitamin Glow Primer. And I've really been liking this because I feel like it really gives me a nice glow. And it really hydrates my skin. And it smells so good. It smells like oranges. So now that my skin's prepped, the way I want to do this is I'm going to show you what it's like using this powder foundation by itself on half of my face. And then I'm going to show you what it's like using the powder foundation as a setting powder on top of my liquid foundation on the other side. Because I know some people will wear this by itself and then some other people will want to combine it with their foundation. So I'm going to show you both sides. And as you can see on my face, I do have pigmentation and a little bit of redness because, you know, Accutane life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to spot conceal using a concealer before we get started. And on some areas like my chin, probably I'll show you what it's like with just the powder itself. And I'm only going to correct those little spots. These right here aren't too crazy, so I'm kind of just going to leave those and see if the powder foundation actually covers it. So let's open it. I got it in the shade 310. And it says on here that it's medium to full coverage for all. What I do really like about Fenty Beauty is that they have so many shades. So I will say that that is definitely a plus, that they have a huge shade range. So I absolutely love that. It says it is light as air and a flawless filter effect. So we're going to make sure we put it to the test. On here it's claiming light as air, flawless filter effect, and medium to full coverage for all. So we're going to keep an eye for those things. So let's talk about packaging first. It's just a white, sleek packaging. And I like that she keeps her packaging consistent throughout her whole brand. As you can see, like her highlighters are pretty similar packaging. And I feel like all of the Fenty Beauty packaging are all along the same line. So definitely love the consistency in packaging. On the back, it says the shade, what the product is. And if you open it, it's just like this, pretty easy to open, just like a little clip. It has a mirror, which I love because with powder foundations or setting powders, I always like to carry it in my purse for touch-ups. So having a mirror is definitely key. So impressed with that. This is what the powder looks like. It looks really nice, very smooth, and it has the FB in there detailed, and I love that. Detail is everything, so I like that that's embroidered inside. And you just lift it like this, really easy to lift. I find that some are kind of hard, like other products, kind of hard to unclip it, but here it's super easy, just flip it. And there's another mirror in there, which I love. So you have two mirrors because sometimes they get a little dirty, so you kind of have two mirrors there. And there's a little sponge in here, which is nice, especially because if you're on the go for touch-ups, you always want a little sponge in there, so that's nice that they include that. So packaging overall, absolutely love. I will give that a 10 out of 10. Love the packaging. So I'm actually going to use the sponge and I'm going to see how it works with the sponge. And if I don't like it, then I'm going to use my powder brush. Oh, wow. A lot comes off. Like, very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. I think this color is a little too dark on me, but hey, that's my fault because picking online colors are very difficult. Now that Sephora's are closed, I can't go in and shade match myself. So I just went off of the online images. So if the color is a little off, let's just ignore that because I just want to get an actual result. So the sponge is picking up the powder and it is distributing, but I'm finding it's not giving me enough distribution. Like, I would like this for more of a touch-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my brush and I'm going to see if I like this better. Very powdery, as you can see, but nothing too crazy. Okay, I like this better. So far, I'm seeing a lot of coverage, which I like. On my chin, I didn't have anything, and I actually don't have any pigmentation on my chin, so this looks really beautiful. It looks really flawless. I love that. On my cheeks, like, I do have a little bit of pigmentation, but with the concealer, it kind of did hide that. So I'm going just over it with a powder now, and I do love the finish on it. I feel like it is giving nice coverage, and it is medium to full, so I find that if you do build up, it will give me more of coverage. And the color doesn't seem too off. Now that I'm looking at it in the mirror, it doesn't seem too off. I actually do like this color, but we'll see once it's all completed. I've actually been dying for a powder foundation because I don't know what it is, but with powder foundations, I like them because they're very quick and on the go. Sometimes I don't want to put on like a liquid foundation and just doing so much. I feel like this powder foundation is so quick for on the go, just like a few little like pats here and there, and I got a full face. So this is what it looks like so far. The coverage is really good, guys. Like, the coverage is really nice. It doesn't look powdery at all. Definitely feels lightweight, so I definitely do agree with their lightweight feel. It does give me a flawless filter effect. Like, this looks really, really good. Like, I'm really impressed. But we're gonna now move on to the other side, and I want to compare it in comparison with like a liquid foundation and see what it looks like with a combination of both. But so far by itself, love it. Right here, I do have a little bit of a pimple right there and it's red. So I want to see if this is going to cover it without spot concealing. And I know some people like to apply powder with the Beauty Blender. I personally, I can't even say it. I personally don't, I don't do that. I've never tried it. I don't know. I've never tried it with a Beauty Blender, but you can totally try that if you want. I personally like brushes for powder, so that's what I'm doing. And the coverage is really good on my forehead. Like, you see that pimple? It's actually covering it up without concealer. I'm shook that it covered the pimple. Like, you don't see the redness, nothing. Like, it just looks so flawless. Wow. And now I'm thinking, like, maybe if I didn't even spot conceal with concealer, it might have covered it by itself because it did right there. So it might have done that right there. Like, I really, really like that. So you know what? I'm actually gonna go in with the powder foundation on this side with no spot concealing, and I'm gonna see if it covers it or how much coverage it gives me. And see if it hides this redness. And then I'm gonna take it off and add the liquid foundation because I wanna give you guys like a full review. Wow, it's actually hiding it. Okay. So it's giving me the coverage. I like it. You can kind of see a little bit of the darkness popping through, a little bit, in comparison to this one because the liquid's on top. Overall, I feel like liquid foundations and liquid concealers are a little bit more high pigmented compared to a powder, but this by itself, I'm not mad at it. So this is what it looks like. The coverage is really there. It definitely is medium to full coverage. Absolutely love the coverage. On here, like I said, I didn't spot conceal, so it did give me really good coverage. And on here, I did spot conceal, and then I used the powder on top. On here, I didn't put any spot concealer either. I kind of just used the powder and it definitely hid the redness of my pimple there. But overall, the coverage is really good, guys. Like you guys saw, I had pigmentation and it covered it really well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this side and I'm going to apply my liquid foundation and then apply this as a setting powder, and I'm going to see how it looks and if it works like that, because sometimes some powder foundations don't work in combination with liquids. They're only meant to be used alone. So we're going to see if this one works. So now let's go into my foundation. It's actually a lot. So I'm gonna blend it in, and this is an ultimate coverage foundation. This is by Becca. This is like my go-to foundation. This is in the shade Olive. I love the shade and I love the coverage. It really gives me full coverage. I don't really need to spot conceal when I use this foundation. And if you look at it, I feel like the color is very similar to the powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of concealer under my eyes because I didn't do that yet before I set it with the powder. So I added concealer under my eyes to just brighten up my face a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in back with the powder foundation. And this time I'm going to use it on top to set my liquid foundation to see how it works with other foundations. So what I will say about this is it obviously is a matte finish. It's called a soft matte. I don't feel like it's overly drying. I personally have always had very oily skin, so something like this would be perfect for me. But right now my skin is very, very dry because I am on Accutane. So right now, I don't really like to use too many matte products. I'm more like on the dewy, very hydrating side. But this is very comfortable on my skin. I don't feel like it's drying me out at all. I definitely would still wear it. So I would say that something like this is perfect for all skin types. Like I don't think that this is only for people with oily skin or combination. I feel like it would be perfect for everybody because it feels really nice. It doesn't feel too drying or anything. So this is the finished look with the powder foundation and I absolutely love it. Like I would give this a 10 out of 10. And I'm actually so shocked because usually powder foundations don't give me enough coverage. But with this, like you can see like all my pigmentation right here is fully covered, really good coverage. And then right here, I used my liquid foundation with the powder and I feel like the mix is flawless, like super full coverage, still full coverage over here. Like I absolutely love it. Super lightweight. It feels like I'm not even wearing makeup and it just looks like a filter. It really does. So literally everything she claims on here, absolutely agree with it. I'm going to go ahead and finish my makeup so that I can just balance it out and really see what it looks like with like bronzer and all of that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to just go in with my ABH powder. I'm going to just set underneath my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use this to contour. You know what I do want to try is the Fenty Beauty bronzer. I've been hearing really good things about them. Haven't tried it yet. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys tried it? Is it worth it? Should I pick one up? Let me know. I'm going to be using the ABH Saddle Bronzer just to add a little bit of warmth to my face. And then, of course, because it's a Fenty video, I'm going to finish off with a Fenty highlighter. I'm going to use this one with Mean Money and Hustle Baby. I'm going to use Hustler Baby, actually. Hustler Baby, not Hustler, Hustler Baby. I'm going to use that on my cheeks. I love this highlighter. It gives me such a beautiful glow. Nice and gold, which I love. Super pigmented, like, hello, blinding. I'm gonna use some on the tip of my nose. The tip of my nose is like my favorite part to highlight. And then I also like to highlight a little bit on like the bridge of my nose right here. So this is the Gloss Bomb Cream. And I'm a big fan of the Gloss Bomb, the original Gloss Bomb. Absolutely love it. But now this one really caught my eye. This is in the shade Honey Waffles. And I love nudes, nude browns. So this color, guys, like absolutely love it. Love the packaging. I love that she kept it, again, very consistent with her brand. The other Gloss Bombs are the exact same packaging. So I really like that. And on here it says Fenty Beauty Cream. Love the applicator. Same applicator that she has in the other ones. Wow, super pigmented. Very pigmented, but Did you expect anything less from Rihanna? I didn't. It's not sticky at all. The gloss is amazing, really nice, really high shine, just like the original Gloss Bomb. But the only difference with the cream is that there's no shine to it. It's just a straight color, super pigmented, and there's no sparkles at all. I actually wanted to pair it with the MAC Cork, but I forgot, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add it in. And this is the completed look. All right, so that's the end of my video. And like I said, guys, overall, I absolutely love the powder foundation. I give this a 10 out of 10. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Formula, 10 out of 10. Like, everything is 10 out of 10. I totally would recommend this. The coverage is impeccable. Definitely full coverage. Absolutely love it. It feels so comfortable on the skin. So I would totally recommend you guys pick this up. Definitely, definitely need this in your life. Whether you use this to set your liquid foundation or by itself, it just looks flawless. And then the Gloss Bomb cream, absolutely love it as well. I love the color, I love the wearability. So I'm super happy. I definitely recommend this, you guys. I'm definitely gonna be using this a little bit more often. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this. Have you guys tried this? What are your thoughts? Let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.